Okay, so I wanted to make this video on my Vz52. We've had quite a journey together, I and this rifle. When I first got the rifle, I assessed it and found out that there were some things wrong with it, and we'll see that later in the video. But I made an offer on Gunbroker. Actually, somebody had this on Gunbroker and didn't get what they wanted for it. I guess they didn't get a bid, or they didn't get the starting bid. I think they wanted something like maybe $750 or something for it, or $650. Anyway, you know, I had emailed the guy on another one. I said, "Hey, you still have the gun?" He says, "Yeah, I still have the gun." Made him an offer. He accepted it, and I thought that the offer I made was a very reasonable offer, a very good offer for this gun. Shipped it to me, got the gun, and found some things wrong with it. And throughout the video, I'll show some pictures of what we did to mitigate that. This gun, in case you don't know the history, I'll go over a little bit of it. This is a Czechoslovakian-made gun. It is a transitional gun between the bolt guns like the Vz24 and the Vz58, which was their select fire auto weapon. So this is semi-automatic. It's 10-round magazine. Very well made gun, very interesting gun. There's some neat little party tricks that it does here. This is kind of cool. The bayonet flips out, goes out there, kind of tucks into the stock here. There's a cutout for the stock, which I think is very cool. Kind of got to get this button. Yep, and it folds, snaps in nice and tight. Very neat bayonet. The handguard is half metal and wood. Very cool. Very capable sighting system here. Tangent leaf sight in the back. Similar bolt mechanism and carrier group to the SKS. And the 10-round mag is removable. So just a neat gun. Now the problems it did have was when it came to me, it was cracked here and here. So I fixed that, and I'll show you some pictures here how we did that. It had already been repaired. It had a dowel here and a dowel in here, and it looks like, you know, this was a major crack. So these things are notorious for cracking, obviously, and you know, we had to attend to that, which wasn't too hard. I drilled 2 holes down through here and took some oak dowels and epoxied them in to shore all that up, and that seemed to take care of it. There were some other issues that were going on, which we'll show you in this video next, where the magazine kept dropping out under recoil. Interestingly enough, we found out that the magazine release was chewed up. Some pictures of it there.
Charge it. Get it charging. Hold on. Stop.
So there is the culprit, right there. That is the magazine release lever. As you can see, if I can get it to focus, it is pretty tore up, pretty wore out. And that is why the magazine was falling out of the gun under recoil. So we got the new one in with, it took a little bit of time to get it in. It's a little tough to get the spring compressed and the holes lined up and the pin in all at the same time. But I managed to do it, and we will get the gun over to the range and see if that has fixed the problem. I'm pretty sure it does, because obviously the magazine fits in a lot tighter. You can't pull it out. Before I could just pull it out by hand without depressing the button, but now it seems to stay in there. So that's that. We'll see what happens. And we replaced that, so now the mag is still nice and steady in there as it recoils. Another neat thing, when I was cleaning the gun, I noticed, now when I bought it from the guy, he thought it was a 7.62 by 45, which I guess I should show you that round. It takes its own proprietary round. The Czechs, I guess, did not want to use the AK round in the 7.62 by 39, which is this one here. They went with the 7.62 by 45, which, to my knowledge, this is the only gun that shoots this round. And I went ahead and bought a bunch of these. Now these are surplus, so these would be corrosive. You have to be careful if you shoot these. Obviously, you have to clean the gun a little bit more intensely with water if you shoot these. But these are the 7.62 by 39. You can get Tool, you can get the Wolf, any. This is new commercial ammo, so this is not corrosive. But you can see this is a little bit bigger round than the 39. It's about 200 foot per second more velocity, and it's a little bit heavier, I think, projectile. So I bought a bunch of this thinking I'm getting a rifle in the 7.62 by 45, and lo and behold, as I'm cleaning, and the guy didn't tell me, but I see on the barrel that somebody had electro penciled in 7.62 by 39. So I said, oh, okay, well, we may have just found cheaper ammo here. And I actually did the bullet test in the chamber, and the 45 did not fit, and it shoots the 7.62 by 39. So my assumption is it has the chamber insert in it. You can get an insert from Numeric and probably some other companies where it will convert this to a 7.62 by 39. You have some Loctite. You put the bushing in there that shortens up the chamber to allow this cartridge to be fired, and that's what I think happened. Now, some people do get a gunsmith to solder it in, which I guess is a little bit more reliable than the Loctite, because I hear the Loctite can give way. But so far I've shot maybe 40 or 50 rounds, not many out of it, because I'm still trying to massage it where I could get it to where it's shooting properly and functioning, feeding and everything else properly. So it's been a work in progress. It also had this cheap plastic aftermarket butt plate on there, which I don't know, they tried to make it look like authentic antique, maybe somehow, I don't know, with two new just regular screws, brassy screws. So I went ahead and sourced another butt plate, and this actually came sort of a little brighter than this, kind of a light gray, so I did a little bluing on it. And then there's another one underneath, another plate underneath that this hooks onto and clips into this clip, which this was also missing, and this was filled in, this slot. So I had to go in here, dig out the shank, and cut this out, which we'll show you some pictures of that. and you know, these are $5 on eBay, so not a big deal. And just this wasn't cheap. This and the under plate was not cheap at all. But then as I was doing that, I was running into, there's a little crack here that actually was a wedge of wood that when you put the screw in, it would push this out. So I had to take the surgical tubing, wrap it here, epoxy it, and I drilled a hole under here through this wood and the wedge and just pinned it so that it would stay tight, and that seemed to solve the problem there. And now this stays on nice and tight. So as I said, this gun has been a work in progress. Didn't come with the sling. I got the sling off, I think, Liberty Tree. Very cool sling, period correct, Czechoslovakian sling, and just a neat little gun. The gas system is unique. Never seen a gas system operate like this. Let's see if I can get this off here. So basically, you have the piston up here. The gas comes up through the barrel, drives this piston back, and operates this here. Take the magazine out, and operates this system here. If you can see it. See these two little arms coming here next to the chamber, and that's what activates the bolt back. Shoots it back, goes forward, and puts a round in the battery. Very cool rifle. Fun rifle to shoot. Has some footage of it functioning properly. Finally got it to go through all 10 rounds in the mag. Did get another mag for it too, so I have 2 mags now. But you can also load it with these stripper clips. I have a stripper clip guide right there, and you know, they'll go in there. Load it that way. I'm not going to load it in the house, obviously, but just a very cool gun, transitional rifle. They only made it between 1952 and 1957. And then in 1957, I guess they finally caved into the Russians, and they agreed to make them to fire the 7.62 by 39. So that is the Vz5257, which they're quite expensive now. They're hard to find, and it's not as many out there, and they're a couple of bucks more than these. These you can still find. I know Royal Tiger has these. Right now, they may be cracked, and I suspect this rifle came from there, just because of the condition it was in. Now the bore is bright and shiny. The bore is perfect. You can see the target at the end of the video that this thing shoots dead on. It is a nice little shooter when it's shooting. And I think I've got it. You know, probably 95% there. Every now and then it would stick around in the chamber. You had to pop it out with a cleaning rod. So I think maybe the chamber was dirty. It hadn't been cleaned. It was a dirty rifle when it came to me. So I polished the chamber up, got some flits, and really polished that up. Got a lot of grit and grime out of it, and I think I have the rifle down to where I shouldn't have any more problems with it. And I have yet to take it to the range for its final shakedown. Let's see if we have it 100%. So we will keep you posted on that. That's my Vz52. I put the FR8 in here just as a backdrop. This is also another transitional rifle for the Spaniards. Spain actually took their M43s, converted them to this, and the 7.62 NATO cartridge. we'll do some more with this rifle. I just got this, so I need to do some more cleaning, and the bolt's dirty. I cleaned it. I was covered in grime last night cleaning this rifle, and I just got the period correct sling too. It had some green sling on there, kind of like this one. Another very cool transitional rifle. That one has a neat story to tell too. So we'll get into that at a little later date. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.